Yo, fam.
Welcome back to the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast, chaps. Episode 41, I think. Maybe 42, something like that.
Crazy,
Today we've got an AI special for you. Me and Leo just started thinking about what to speak about, and this came up.
This is what we've resorted to. So
this could be quite interesting. What I'm going to do is set up Mr. ChatGPT to actually chat to us. So let's go.
go horrendously wrong.
Yeah, it could do, but hey ho. Introducing Jameson. Jameson, how's it going, man?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here and chat about all things fitness with you. Let's do this.
All right,
Let's
Jameson.
go, Jameson.
Let's
brother.
cook, brother. Can you ask us the first question, mate?
Absolutely. Let's get cooking. All right, here's the first question for you.
cook,
What's one fitness myth you used to believe that you now know isn't true?
That's bloody good from you, Jameson. Thanks, mate.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. All right, let's keep the good vibes going. Let me know if you need another question or if there's anything else I can jump in with.
Cheers, mate.
It'd be so much better if we could say, "Can you speak with a British accent?"
Yeah, I
instead.
don't know if you can actually change its accent.
Why has it got to be a Yank, man?
So, first question from Jameson. It's a good one, to be fair.
Yeah.
One fitness
Smith
myth
that
that
you used to believe.
Yeah. Anything come to the top of the head?
Okay, so straight away, I think of when you're cutting, higher reps.
Oh, that's a classic. And I did do that.
And yeah.
Ripping up the 25 reppers.
Yeah, remember when we were in lockdown in your garage right below us?
Yeah.
And we were ripping like sets of 30 reps.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, why did we do that?
Especially on the, do you remember doing the laterals?
Yeah,
Where
it'd
we
be
do,
like,
like-
serious spam.
5 kilo lateral spam. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now, mate.
I saw a video of that Mike Israel doing something really weird with laterals, where he'd get them to finish a set and then without any weights, just like hold their arm up,
Really? Yeah, that's a bit weird.
and he's like, oh, it's
It's like-
building some serious tension.
It's like that the other guy, the bald guy who's a bit older. He used to do like loads of stuff with Andre Dieu,
Oh,
Rambod guy.
Hanny.
Yeah, that's
Henry
it.
Rambard.
Remember after like a leg extension, he'd make him just hold his legs.
What's
there.
that?
SFT7 or something. Yeah, something strange.
He basically coined his own training,
Yeah, it's just a bit.
I don't know, methodology,
Yeah,
and everyone decided it was good.
yeah. It's tough though, isn't it? Because obviously, like
He's got loads of Olympic
Yeah.
wins.
But I think it's just because he's got some freaks.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think it's anything to do with FST7 or whatever it's called.
My fitness myth, I think is probably actually still a myth, is that in my training in the past, I used to do like the setup would be like, right, start of the session is like progressive overload,
Yeah,
and then you finish the session with like pump work.
yeah. Metabolic stress. man.
Yeah, like
We did used to follow that a lot. didn't
yeah.
we?
I think that's probably cooked.
Like if you remember, like our push days, they'd be like 5x5 on bench.
Yeah,
Then you'd do similar thing on like a dumbbell press, and then you do flies of just like 30 reps.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus.
just trying to get an outrageous pump and having like no focus on actually getting
No.
stronger on that thing as
you just go
we
in.
went through. Yeah, and I mean, my chest didn't grow, so
Yeah, kind of peak.
it was probably washed.
Yeah.
Probably didn't help that my 5x5 was just like bouncing off my
Yeah.
rib cage.
Do you remember Fred? He bruised his sternum.
Just trying to drop it so fast onto his chest. Oh god,
Quality.
that
Good
session
times.
used to give me like PTSD because I just couldn't get past 80
Yeah,
kilos
5x5 is
5x5.
like the most stressful thing ever. It'd be like stressing for like a week in advance.
It's actually impossible though because you get onto the 5th set, you're just so cooked.
Yeah, you're done. You're absolutely done in.
Like the expectations to hold on to your strength over 5 sets is just impossible. Especially if the first set was like, okay, that's the only clean one.
Yeah.
Now it's just got to get dirty for the last 4.
And the rest is literally bouncing it around.
Yeah. So metabolic stress is I wouldn't say it's completely debunked, but just getting a pump is probably not the best way
Yeah.
to grow.
I think the whole working in a higher rep range for some stuff is a good idea. Not
Yeah.
like maybe not like 30 reps, but
Yeah.
yeah, some stuff you're probably gonna need to go for higher rep range. But I think that's more just based off like a fly, to do like a 5-6 repper on a fly.
Yeah.
Your connection's gonna be pretty washed.
Yeah.
So
I think the problem is obviously with that notion comes from the kind of literature side of the game. But when they're measuring growth,
yeah,
the reason that they thought metabolic stress is like one of the key factors is obviously if you do a really high rep work for 12 weeks, you're going to be so inflamed
yeah,
that like your muscle
you physically
is actually
look
bigger.
Yeah,
So when they're doing like the cross-sectional measurements,
obviously
it's obviously bigger because
Yeah.
it's so
inflamed all the time. That's what I notice happens with like my back stuff. Or when my back frequency is like it is now, where I've got it like 3 times a week, it looks like it's grown so much.
Yeah.
And, like then overtaken my front, but realistically, it is likely just incredibly inflamed all the time.
So I mean, it's not a horrendous play if you've got 2 weeks to get in decent nick.
Yeah,
like,
just spam a muscle, and it's just going to be so inflamed it'll look massive.
yeah, just spam delts, and you'll be walking around with some big but probably quite squishy delts because they're so
Juicy
swollen.
R delts.
Yeah, for real. So that would probably be mine.
All right, Jameson.
Cheers for that one. Cheers for that one, Jameson. Good question. Can you hit us up with the next one?
Of course. Let's dive right into the next one.
Wait, Jameson. Is there any way you can like not be American?
Oh, absolutely. I can switch it up. How about I go with a British accent?
Yes.
Let me know if that works for you.
Yeah, go for British, but maybe like Jamaican in the next couple of questions.
All right, I'll start off with a British accent for now, and we can switch it up to Jamaican in a bit.
Jameson. Jameson, it's time to be from the Caribbean.
All right, we're bringing in those Caribbean vibes now. Let's keep it easy and fun. So, what's the next question you got for me?
No, Jameson. Come on, brother. You're asking us the questions.
Oh, I got you. All right, here we go with the next question for you. What's your favorite way to stay motivated when it comes to your fitness routine?
That's interesting.
Favorite way to stay motivated. Talked about it on the last pod, didn't we? Really?
Yeah, a little bit. I can't actually remember what we said though.
Well, we were speaking about when you finish your diet.
Oh
and you
yeah,
almost feel like that immediate goal's gone.
yeah,
So set some freaking big goals.
yeah. I think it's hard with goal setting because there's no point in just like curating a goal that actually is just cap.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Yeah.
Not even in terms of difficulty, but like you can't just make something up.
Yeah.
It'd be like me going, oh, I want to play men's international football in 5 years. It's like, well, I don't actually want to. So
Have you seen that guy? It's a bit irrelevant. Have you seen that guy on TikTok?
the American,
The American guy.
Yeah.
Ryan Kennedy or whatever he's called. He's so annoying.
Yeah, saying he's going to be a pro footballer
Yeah.
and playing the World Cup or
I'm
something.
going to be the starting centre forward
Yeah.
for the men's US national team.
Is he actually any good or?
The thing is, he doesn't actually play in games.
Oh right.
So how can you know someone's good if they're not
He
playing
doesn't
in the
play
game?
at all. He just
No,
trains.
at the minute he's not playing for anyone.
That's
He
a bit
just
weird.
shoots. Don't get me wrong, he's pretty good at shooting.
He's got a
but,
good boot on him.
when you've got no one around you, like
Mm.
a bit of practice, like anyone's probably pretty good at that.
Yeah, and it's clipped up, so
Yeah,
he
exactly.
might be pulling his
The other like
best couple of
20
shots.
takes, he's
Yeah.
just missing.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anywho,
best motivation tips. Yeah, if you've got some goals, I would say solidify them by
Yeah.
actually thinking about it. If you've not got any goals, then I mean, what are you even doing? Just sack it off.
you're just floating at that point.
Yeah, there's not really much point if you actually don't want to get bigger or get
Yeah,
leaner.
just
then,
don't do it.
you know,
Just stop.
no one's forcing you.
I think we say, to be fair, it's relevant because we say this to a lot of people when they inquire about coaching and you have that initial call with them. Like the first thing we will go through is their goals.
Yeah,
And straight away, if they're like, I haven't really got any, it's like, well,
yeah.
you're probably not going to be a very good fit.
Yeah, we sort of have there's a general structure that we like to go through for like trying to find out about someone when you're chatting to them. And like you say, the first thing is the goals, but sometimes you've really got to dig it out of them, don't you?
I think sometimes people do have goals, but because obviously if you don't know them at all,
Yeah, you're unaware of it.
And they might be slightly like embarrassed to say and actually dive into what they want to achieve.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Like almost always, it's really surface level.
yeah,
Initially, like I just want to, drop a few
get a bit
kilos,
leaner.
and then you start asking, why? Like, what's the?
Yeah, you've got to get it out of them.
Yeah, like you do actually have to get a bit deeper, or else you've got no strings to pull on.
Yeah.
Sorry. So like, for me, I did a reel on this recently, actually. And we spoke about it in another pod about like how the lads, like summer holidays, kind of our reference point for how much progress you've made. But it's the same for work as well. Whenever I'm in a bit of a slump, I'm like, right,
You've just got to realign.
yeah, I've got a picture in my head of being able to go away, jump on a sick boat, stress free.
Yeah. And to like I said last week, like to a lot of people that sounds like pretty cringe and like it's not important really in the grand scheme of things. But if it's something that's going to help you and motivate you, for us that is what motivates us.
Yeah.
And I guess it is like a money thing. Like if we're being honest, it is. But it's not really like the actual money in your bank. It's more the freedom that the money gives you and the enjoyment you can then have in life.
I think that's also like the slightly more superficial event that comes from achieving the deeper goal of like just feeling like you've cooked.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Feeling like you've made progress and like you're in a good spot. That's really probably what you're after, but you can't envision that. So it's the fruits of the labor that I guess you're trying to put a vision towards.
You know what I actually think is like massive cap? When you get those people who say like money doesn't buy happiness. Like, okay, in some scenarios, obviously it doesn't. Like family, loved ones, things like that. Obviously that makes us very happy. But if you have money, your life is going to be a lot better.
It definitely can help to create some enjoyment.
Yeah, exactly. And enjoyment makes you happy.
Yeah.
So I get why people say it because they don't want people to become like obsessed.
Yeah.
With money, but at the end of the day, like if you want to live a good life, well, what we class as a good life anyway, you need money.
Yeah, and it's not like anything outrageous. Like you don't need to be a multi-millionaire,
like a billionaire. Yeah, it's just.
But like, if you can't go somewhere, even if it's not abroad, if you can't go somewhere with your boys and go out for a meal without stressing about it, it's obviously going to make that.
You're not going to be
time
happy.
Worse.
Yeah. So I do just think it is like slightly capped.
Yeah. To a certain extent, yeah. I think there's probably a point where you just like more money for the sake of it.
Exactly. Oh yeah, 100%. But you do need to, me personally, you need to get to a certain point.
Yeah. But yeah, motivational tips.
Yeah, we've gone off topic.
Create a vision as opposed to just a written down goal.
Yeah.
What does it actually look like? How are you going to feel? And that's the starting point. And then whenever you feel like you're veering off, just try and pull yourself back to that. And that vision might change as well. So if you're 6 months down the line and that's not really helping you anymore, then maybe you need to have a rethink.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's something we've been quite good at, but also not that good at. Is like we've had a vision in the past and then maybe not done the things that we need to be doing to get there. But then we always have like that realization of like, okay,
you have a moment.
We need to like realign and understand what we're trying to do here. Like a common example is like when we got back from Havar, we were looking through. We were like having a what would you call it? like a not a debrief.
Bit of an audit.
Yeah, and we were looking over what we've been doing over the past couple of months,
Yeah.
and we weren't happy with.
Yeah. Like an example, content wise, it was like potentially rushing it, trying to just get it out there.
It was just a tick box. It became literally a tick
Yeah.
box for us.
Yeah. So to apply the same to people's training or whatever it might be, like sometimes you just need to sit down and think, what's actually going on here?
Yeah, or are you just going in,
Yeah.
getting it done, and just getting out as quick as possible?
Yeah. The other thing that's probably quite cringy but very true is you're probably not always, no matter how motivated you are, you're not always going to feel like really keen to give it some beans.
Yeah, 100%.
Like sometimes you do just have to grit your teeth a bit and get it
through
done.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's days where like I just really don't want to do anything,
Yeah.
but again, that helps where, as in like it helps when you have that really really strong vision and
Yeah.
goal,
Yeah.
because that will get you through those days.
Something
And again,
to-
that comes back to clients and stuff. It's like a lot of people end up, if you have clients that leave after, I don't know, 2 months, it's because they haven't got that long-term vision.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
it's important as a coach to actually understand the client,
Yeah.
understand their mindset, things like that, because if they're not looking further than the next 8 weeks,
Yeah.
then you're probably not doing something right
Yeah.
as a coach, I think, anyway.
I think that is the only limiter of online coaching is that if someone does start to kind of veer away from what they've said that they really want to do, they can just like be slower at replying to you,
Yeah, 100%.
be a little bit less on it with the data collection, and then it starts to be a bit more of an admin task as opposed to like something that just gets
They just want to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And I guarantee we both notice this a lot. Like, I notice it within client check-in. So if someone signs up and they're dieting, like they're so on it with
yeah
tracking their data. When it comes to their weekly check-in, they're putting loads of detail in. When you finish that first phase with someone,
yeah
you notice what I notice with a lot of people is that
yeah
the whole sort of effort level that they're putting in does drop quite a bit. So
Yeah.
that's where it's important that you actually have to have a one-to-one conversation with them.
yeah getting on a call, like it'd be even better if you could be in person to sort of
Just chat to them,
yeah
because it's so clear. I think because we've been doing it quite a while now, it's so obvious when
Start
that
seeing
starts to
patterns,
happen.
don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's something we've been trying to work on as well, is trying to get people to see.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put a
Picture.
video together this week actually, because we've got a dieting phase expectations on the lab, but I want to put together like a post diet, whether
Yeah.
it's a gaining phase or whatever it might be, like expectations around
Yeah.
that, what they can expect, and also what we'd expect from them to.
Yeah. I think from to give people an insight, like from a business standpoint for us, a lot of the clients we get on are people who are wanting to get leaner.
Yeah, probably 70%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is hard to sustain those clients when that sort
Yeah,
of, do you know what I mean? Would you agree?
yeah. It's tough because I really enjoy coaching people through a gaining,
A gaining
phase.
phase, but it's not like the common thing to do
Yeah.
unless you can get them super, super dialed in.
Yeah. But I think most people actually want the result of said gaining phase, but maybe don't see like
Yeah.
exactly what they need to be doing
Yeah.
to get that.
To do it, yeah. I think as well, again, it just comes back to, like we said on last week's pod, like gaining phases are a lot more monotonous
Yeah.
than a diet, because when you're dieting, it's like, okay, you're going to get to your end result within like 16
Yeah.
weeks maximum, hopefully, anyway.
Yeah.
But then with the gaining phase, like 16 weeks in the gaining phase is nothing.
Yeah.
So,
The other thing I talk about with people is generally when people first join, and they probably wouldn't tell a person that's not a coach this, but generally it is from a place of like, I feel like shit.
yeah.
I don't like how I look. So there's a big old stick that's poking them, saying like, "Sort yourself out,
Yeah.
mate," basically. But obviously, after that 12-week period, our job is to essentially get them to a point where they're now happy
Yeah.
which like sweet, that's sick. But generally their goal, like again, 78% will be right. I want to get lean, but I also want to build some muscle and get a bit stronger. So when you get to the point where you can actually start focusing on that, the stick is no longer there.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel like shit anymore. They actually like how they look.
Yeah.
So then with that, that's obviously going to be a drop in motivation because they're pretty happy with the position that
They
they're
haven't
in.
got that negative.
Yeah, exactly.
thing.
So you got to work really hard to create the carrots, to continue
Yeah,
the
and
analogy.
the excitement. Yeah.
So they're chasing towards something as opposed to just running away from feeling awful about themselves. So it's obviously really rewarding to get them out of that initial spot. But you know, if you can get them to the next spot, they're never going to be in that initial spot
No,
again because
yeah,
they'll have
ever.
grown some muscle.
Yeah.
They'll be able to eat enough to, never get fat again.
Yeah.
It's like that 4 months, 5-6 month block after you finish dieting could literally set you up for your whole life.
Yeah.
So
people,
it's so
it's hard to
worth
get
it.
people to understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because obviously, coach, you have to think obviously as a coach, and you have to get people to your goals. But unfortunately, as well, it's a business,
Yeah.
and you need to make money. Which, as harsh as it is, and like you said, like you are genuinely still trying to help them afterwards, but also from a business perspective, you need these clients to stay on.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think they do, both those things come aligned though. Like
Yeah,
if
you're
the
doing-
actual right thing for people is to probably stay on for, like, the people that are actually in the best position are probably staying on for 12 to 18 months.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that is really when you like you've
They're in it.
cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point, like if they were to leave, you're like, okay, like you've done your job.
Yeah.
So you can't really be frustrated at that.
Yeah.
Like if you have a client that leaves after, I don't know, a year and a half, 18 months, whatever, it's sort of like, okay, like we've been through productive phases,
Yeah.
probably done a diet, probably done a gaining phase. If they then feel that they're comfortable to go and do that on their own,
Yeah.
you've done your job.
Yeah.
So you can't be disappointed at that. I think the thing that disappoints me is when you have them for 12 weeks, you get a really good result and they're really happy with that, which is great. But then it's like, okay, they almost think they can then just do everything on their own.
Especially when you know there's like a lot of potential.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's hard sometimes to get them to see that sort of,
Yeah.
without it sounding
yeah.
like you're just trying to keep them onto coaching for money.
Especially if they've also set that out and when they first came to you as like the
Exactly.
the trajectory that they want to go down.
Yeah.
It's like,
So I think,
you're probably just saying this because you're no longer sad about how you look,
exactly.
which is again sick. But you don't want to take away that secondary goal from them just
Yeah.
because of they now feel all right.
And yeah, I think that's important for when coaches do sort of like the initial call is, yeah, dive into their like initial goals straight away, but also make sure you actually talk about the long term as well.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, right, you want to get the client the best progress possible, and they obviously want to get the best progress possible.
Yeah.
And that isn't going to happen within 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's important that, like, when you're on those calls and you're chatting to people, yes, you talk about those initial goals that you can achieve within 12 weeks, but then also
Yeah.
what they can do beyond that. So that's already engraved in their mind.
Yeah.
And again, that helps coaches from a business perspective, but also actually getting your clients the best results.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Because if you look at the clients we've got, what all the coaches have got, the ones who get the best progress are the ones that have been with them the longest. That is fact.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
there's no arguing that. So the more and more phases you can do with people, the better the results are going to be for them and for you as a
Yeah.
business.
You know you've cooked when the client starts almost knowing the changes that you're going to make
They're almost
before you
answering
actually change
themselves
them.
within the check-in.
Yeah.
Like they'll say, like for example, if you've done a gaining phase and then notice that their average body weight hasn't gone up as much as you set out,
Yeah.
they almost say at the end of their nutrition part of the check-in, okay, it might be time to increase food,
Yeah.
which is a good thing because it means they're learning.
Yeah.
And that again leads to the point where if they do leave, you're like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
satisfied. I've taught them
yeah.
everything they need to know,
You're confident that they'll be able to make the decisions.
which at the end of the day is the end goal for every client, isn't it? It's not, you're not expecting anyone to stay on for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like if they want to sit, great.
Yeah.
But your job is to actually get them to the results, but also teach them how to do it themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I actually put that doc together recently because I was worried about people that go through this sort of 12-week block
And then leave.
So I put a resource together to send people to be like, right, this is what you need to continue doing.
Yeah.
Whether people will use it or not, I'm not sure.
But at least you've done, again, you're doing the job to the best of your ability.
But it's because I had I think it was Motivated from a lad that left after like the 12-week period or whatever. And I was like, I think this guy's going to do all right, but I think he probably needs some
A little bit more guidance.
yeah to go forward. So I put that together and hopefully
Yeah. I think something that I like to do is if they tell me in advance they're going to leave at the end of the diet or whatever, I always make sure on their last check-in that I'm giving them like a brief overview of what they should be trying to do.
yeah
A lot of the time as well, what I notice is, especially over summer, I've had this a good few times this summer, is people diet for summer, they get in really good shape, and then they give that of like, they sort of say, okay, I'm happy with where I'm at, I'm going to go away, enjoy summer, and then come back.
yeah
So it's like, I get that is completely understandable. I get where they're coming from, but I think what they need to understand again is like the end of that diet is so important.
yeah
The classic is I'm going to finish at the diet, enjoy summer, come back for a gaining phase.
yeah, and then
But
you're
that
just in a terrible
time in
position.
between, it's so important.
yeah
So I think it's important that you try to give them, if they are deciding to leave and come back, you actually still give them some guidance throughout those few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way: if I'd have done that myself, I'd have finished my diet at 95 kilos, whatever it was.
Yeah.
If I'd have like actually sacked it off in that position, the position I'd be in now would be like so flat,
Yeah, you'd just be
malnourished, like
you
just
then-
in a not good spot.
You then have to have another good 5-6 weeks to get back to that productive
exactly.
position.
Whereas in comparison, I'm now 95 and a bit kilos, like half a kilo up. My food's about 1,000 calories higher than it was, maybe a little bit more actually.
Yeah.
And like my training's going really well, and like, I'm in a perfect position to grow from.
And this is what people don't understand if they're obviously new to the whole training and physique development.
Yeah. What you got to appreciate is we've heard that and educated ourselves around like even that small section of like physique transformation for years. So just telling someone once, it's not gonna like.
No, it's not just
going to stick in. So you've really got to even like week 8 of the diet, you're already starting to speak about it. Then like every check-in, you're like, right, this is probably what we're going to be doing in 3 weeks. This is probably a few changes now. This is likely what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
And then you're just like constantly adapting that little plan and telling them.
I think again, like people don't understand that a plan it's not something that's absolutely set in stone.
Yeah.
Like when a client signs up with us and you go through the consultation call, you set them up, then you have their startup call.
Yeah.
Like we'll always say to people, like this is a plan. It's like an overview.
Yeah.
This probably most likely will change.
Yeah.
Because at the start of coaching someone, like it's not going to be perfect straight away.
Yeah.
And things have to change.
Yeah. I always say, this is like first draft.
Yeah.
True.
Like this will likely change next week.
Yeah, so let's get some serious feedback going here on what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important, isn't it, at the start when someone starts coaching, like that they need to be doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
Because if you can do that over the first 3-4 weeks, you are setting yourself up for so much more success than someone who doesn't.
Yeah.
Now, if you compare clients who straight away they log all their data, don't miss a check-in, don't miss their check-in photos, do absolutely everything. Guarantee by week 12 they're in a much, much better position than someone who's like, oh, I only track my body weight twice this week. I've not got any photos to upload.
Yeah.
Their check-in's like no detail.
Which is like, it takes probably a minute a day, and maybe on your check-in day, 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's not hard.
It's like really
It is
small
not
amount of
hard.
time.
But again, I think that again stems back to the whole goal.
Yeah. Like
If
how
your
keen
goal
are
is
they?
strong and you really want it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. I think we've made quite, like, the service improvements that we made maybe 6 months ago or so. I spent quite a lot of time trying to analyse, okay, these are the people that have done really, really well. Like, what's the common
Yeah.
theme here?
How
And
many times
it
we've
is
been
all
through
that.
this so many times, haven't
Yeah.
we?
So then we started putting videos together, like a welcome pack or welcome videos and all that sort of stuff, which has helped. But there's definitely, I think we can still make some tweaks to try and just get that extra,
As much as possible.
that extra 5% of people that like really buy in.
Yeah, like we literally have a timeline, don't we, for like when a client signs up in their first 4 weeks,
Yeah,
and it's like what we need to do extra between those weeks
yeah,
to ensure they are doing everything.
yeah,
And that isn't, again, like that is from obviously from a business perspective. Like that's not, we're not going to lie about that. That's obviously because we want the client to be engaged
yeah, and do well.
stay and do
Yeah.
well. Yeah, exactly. Because if they do well, it's good for them.
Yeah,
It's also very good for us.
yeah,
You got to think within every client you get on as well, your potential to gain client, you can gain like 5 clients just from one client.
yeah.
So it's so important that that client has a good experience.
I think the hardest thing for me about that is it's quite hard to read someone's personality and really get to know the personality in like a short amount of
Yeah.
weeks. So, when you're deep into the coaching again, which is why it's good to have people long term. If someone's being a wet wipe, if you've been coaching for 8 months, 9 months, whatever it might be, there's certain people that you can just be like, mate, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like lock it in
Yeah,
because you're
like-
being a wet wipe.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in the first 2 weeks, some people are obviously going to respond really good to that kind of coaching. Some people are
You're
going to
gonna
respond
scare
not
them
very
away.
good.
Yeah.
So it's harder to kind of really understand that person's
Yeah.
personality of what they need.
Yeah. It's like Brad with me. I don't know if he watches the pod, but I've been coaching him for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And Brad knows I can get frustrated with it, but we've almost worked out to the point now where it's actually needed. Like he doesn't take offense to it.
Yeah.
He doesn't cry about it.
Yeah.
He just knows then it's like, okay, I'm not doing what I need to do.
Yeah.
Let's do it, because there is nothing more frustrating, especially again with Brad. Like I know he can nail everything,
Yeah.
and when he doesn't, he can make excuses. But I just say to him, like, at the end of the day, we know you can do this.
Yeah.
Like you are just not prioritizing what you need to prioritize.
Yeah. And he wants to as well.
Yeah, he
so
wants to.
needs
Yeah,
that.
he just needed
Yeah.
needed that extra
Yeah.
kick up his arse to get him going, and now
Yeah,
he's back
definitely.
doing what he needs to do.
Yeah.
So again, there's clients who I wouldn't do that with because I know it could potentially upset them.
Yeah.
or
Different reaction
Not
from it.
upset them, but it might almost push them further away, and
Yeah.
they'll be like, "What the fuck, this guy's like."
Yeah. 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 I
I'm
guess
not saying I'm not like shouting at Brad. I'm just saying like, look, like we know
You
you can do, we know you can do better, so fucking do better.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people need that like militant approach. Other people need like the arm around them. Like
100%.
yeah. But again, it's tough to read from I guess a couple of
That was good. I enjoyed that little section there.
yeah.
It was not good balance of business and coaching,
Yeah.
buzziness.
Should we ask Jameson for another
Yeah,
one?
but he didn't do it in his Jamaican accent.
All right, Jameson. How's it going, man? It's been a while.
I'm doing great, and it's awesome to catch up with you again. Let's dive right back into it and have some fun again.
Jameson, brother, why are you suddenly American again?
Oh, my apologies for that. Let me bring that Caribbean vibe right back. Thanks for keeping me on track.
He never did it in the first.
You're not even Caribbean. Can you like give us a Jamaican accent, please?
All right, I've got you covered this time. Let's bring in that Jamaican accent and keep it nice and chill. So what can I help you with next, my friend?
No, it needs to be way more Jamaican. Like you literally just speaking American still.
Got it. I appreciate your patience. I'll really dial in that Jamaican accent this time. Let's keep it laid back and fun. What's the next thing you'd like to chat about?
Jameson, mate, you need to lock in. Can you just give us another question, please?
Absolutely. Let's jump right back into it. Here's another question for you. What's your favorite way to stay motivated when you're working towards a fitness goal?
Right. That was exactly the same as the previous question. We need a new angle here.
Got it. Let's try a different angle. How about this? What's one piece of fitness advice you wish you had known when you first started your journey?
Boring.
Boring, mate. Give us something spicy.
All right, let's spice it up a bit. If you could create your ultimate workout playlist, what would be your top 3 pump up socks?
Are you all right, mate?
I'm all good over here. Just making
You're
sure we
not.
keep things fun and engaging. Let me know what you'd like next, and I'll make sure to keep it interesting.
Jameson, these are not interesting. Give us something that is an actual good question to finish off the pod.
All right, let's go out with a bang. If you could achieve one ultimate fitness goal in the next year, no limits, what would it be and why?
Was that any good?
No, I think we could do that.
Glad you liked that one. That sounds like a perfect way to wrap things up. Thanks for having me on, and I can't wait to do this again sometime.
Yeah, shout out to Jameson. Where can the people find you, mate?
You can always find me right here whenever you need a chat or some fitness advice. I'm just a shout away, so don't be a stranger.
Cheers, brother. Sorry, what was the question? If you could achieve...
Fitness goal or something in the next year. Probably had like 20 kilos of
Just
muscle.
get jacked. I feel like it's a wash question. Give me 10 questions. We're going to try again
Come on,
for the last
James,
one.
brother.
What's one thing in your training life that gave you way better results than you expected? That's a decent question. You got any ideas?
One thing in my training life that gave me way better results than expected.
I would say context. I was at uni. My training was decent, but it was like probably an 8 out of 10. My nutrition was okay, but not as good as my training, like quite kind of ad hoc, not very much structure. And my food was high, so I could really get my nutrition like perfect for training. And I locked it in for like a good few months, and I honestly felt like I was on gear.
Yeah.
Like I was making so much progress in the gym.
Yeah.
And it was just like making sure, okay, I'm definitely having, I think it was about 4,500 calories.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm definitely having that every single day. The vast majority of the calorie sources there were like really good quality. I was getting like a shake in before I trained, maybe an hour and a half, oats, berries, all that
Yeah.
stuff. And it made a massive, massive difference to how much progress I could actually make in the gym.
Yeah, that is a good
And
one.
I didn't think that it was going to.
No, you didn't actually believe it was going to work.
But then I was getting into my training session, I was like, well, that's +3. That's another
Yeah,
+2.
you're
And
progressing
I was just like
absolutely
progressing
everything.
so much.
Yeah.
Whereas before I did that, it was like I'd really have to grind out everything to try and make progress.
Yeah.
It was almost like I'd get into a set, I'd get to my progress rep and think, like, do I carry on? Like, that was
Yeah.
quite easy. Should I just keep going? So yeah, just dialing in that aspect makes a massive difference. Going from 80% to as close as you can to
So
100.
100 makes a big difference.
That was huge
Yeah.
for me.
I don't really know. I think the only thing I can think of is I was like quite surprised at is so you know when I did that first bulk and I gained like 20 kilos in 6 months, obviously then dieted down, and throughout that bulk I made like, again, like you were saying, like a lot of strength progress.
Yeah.
Like I was like, Jesus Christ, like adding reps
Yeah.
consistently every single week. Like
Yeah, I remember
multiple
it's
reps.
on like dumbbell press.
Yeah, it was just flying.
Yeah, because I went away and came back, and I was like miles off you. I
Yeah,
thought,
and you were like, what
hell?
the hell's going on?
Like,
So I think number one is when I got to the end of that, I don't know why I really thought of this, but I was looking at myself and I was very, very fat. I didn't think I'd look how I did at the end of the diet,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. But it does, looking back now, obviously it does make sense because of the amount of progress I was making within the gym.
Yeah.
So I didn't think I'd look like how I did when I dieted down. And the second thing would be, so when I finished that bulk, and I actually that diet, sorry, and I actually started pushing up slower,
Yeah.
I was thinking, there's no way I'm going to make the same level of progressions in the gym,
Yeah.
eating in a lot smaller surplus. But I did, which I was quite shocked at. So I don't really know. I'm guessing that.
That's quite a good point, actually.
I think a lot of people, right? They if they're like not that clued up, they think they need to be gaining like a kilo a week
Yeah.
to make progress. When realistically you just don't.
Yeah. That's something I was trying to drill into Henry quite a lot. So he was obviously quite light, like really wanted to
Get big.
get bigger. And it was like, you know, maybe we'd gain 0.2, 0.3 of a kilo in a week. And he'd be like, oh.
I'm not happy with that.
And obviously then you get some dips and troughs. Like, oh, I'm the same weight as I was last week. So then you look at it and you're like, well, average is actually 0.2, 0.3 up. You just got to sometimes go, okay, if I took that week and expanded it across 6 months, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to be 6 kilos heavier, roughly. That is then really good.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just like committing to the phase makes a massive difference in how much you're gonna
I also
make
think as
progress.
well, people, again, when they're not as clued up, all they think about in a gaining phase is body weight rather than performance in the gym.
Yeah.
So let's say if you gained for 6 months, and you gained 10 kilos within that 6 months, well, then another person gained 6 kilos within 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't think the differences in strength would be that extreme at all. And the person who'd gained less body weight in the 6 months is then still going to be in a better position to probably carry on pushing up. So by that point, their level of strength and performance is going to be much higher.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I agree.
So I always do think that the pushing up slower is better for most people.
Yeah, I agree. I think you got to appreciate like the amount of calories it actually takes to build, in the scheme of things, quite a small amount of muscle, as in actual grammage. It's not, you're not going to be gaining like 10 kilos of pure muscle. So the actual calorie requirement to do that is tiny.
Yeah.
So like as long as you're in a small enough surplus, or a surplus big enough to do that, which again is so small, and you tick in the training box, like sometimes I'll just say to people, look, you're progressing, your body weight's maintaining, but like, sweet, like let's just milk this for as long as we can.
Like people don't understand that that's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
So
if it's really, really slowly creeping up and you're getting really strong, like that's sick. That's the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
Because then you don't get fat.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
I think we hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah, we'll leave the pod there. Thanks to Jameson for providing some all right questions, I guess. And
we were struggling with topics today.
I thought that was quite funny.
45 minutes.
Hopefully you enjoyed. You can subscribe up there. There's another video up there that YouTube's going to be really clever and recommend to you.
That's the pod covered now, isn't it, for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, because this one will be out in...
next Friday.
Yeah.
Not this Friday.
The Friday after.
Yeah, week on Friday.
We need to organise it, actually, because of my France trip potential.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, chaps and chapettes, if there's any of you out there. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.